Right. Do a little revealing for you. Took that pillow from our Airbnb this morning. So, is this me? For a long time, I thought it was. In 2016, my life changed forever during a morning jog. I was out with my sister, jogging along a canal path near our home in East London, when I tripped and fell. A simple fall with devastating results. By the time I got to hospital, my foot was cold. The skin was bluish and shiny, almost plastic looking. Medical staff discovered that I'd not only dislocated my knee, but also had a severe fracture, cutting off the blood supply to my foot. After 4 days in intensive care and 3 operations to try to restart the flow of blood, I was told there was only one option remaining: amputation of my right leg below the knee. I remember signing the yellow forms consenting to the operation. I remember being wheeled down the long corridors. I remember looking at my right foot for the final time before drifting into anaesthesia. The toenails were painted bright red, a reminder of the hectic, fun and full life I'd lived just days before. The next time I woke up, there was a huge bulky bandage and a stark, flat space beneath the hospital bedsheets. This was where my right foot had once been. It took a long time before I could look at my stump, let alone touch it. The jagged scars made me feel so ugly. I got rid of so many clothes. Short skirts, because I didn't like the way my prosthetic leg looked in them. Skinny jeans. Any dresses that were above the knee. I remember sitting in my childhood room in my parents' house, throwing high-heeled shoes, boots and beloved brogues into a black plastic bin bag. It felt like I was also discarding a part of myself. Me, the person I'd been before. Whenever I caught sight of my reflection in the mirror, I would quickly look away. I felt like an incomplete body, an incomplete person. This must be how the world saw me now, I thought. Because our reflection is our perception, not only of ourselves, but also of how others see us. In viewing myself as disabled, as broken somehow, self-love seemed impossible. All I wanted was to be normal again. Normal? What is normal? My perception had been warped by societal expectation. This idea that normal still means 2 arms, 2 legs, full mobility. This interferes with self-love. Of course it does. Because how can we learn to accept our flaws and vulnerabilities if we're conditioned to shy away from difference? There's a quote from RuPaul's Drag Race that's always resonated with me. My microphone's gone. Oh no. At the end of each episode, Ru looks at queens on stage. Technical problem? No. Should I keep going? Okay. Ru looks at the lineup of queens on stage and says, if you can't love yourself, how are you going to love someone else? And the drag queens cheer and dance and shout amen, and the end credit music plays. It's a really fun catchphrase, but those words really resonate with me. If you can't love yourself, how are you going to love someone else? So, as a single person navigating the world of online dating around 2 years after my accident, I thought about those words a lot. I'd been single for a long time before the accident, and after it, I became convinced that I wouldn't ever find love. I remember one day in hospital when I was feeling particularly low, unable to stop the tears from falling. I was just convinced that I'd be alone and unhappy forever. My surgeon came into the room, straightened up the bed sheets, and looked me directly in the eye. "Not all men are shallow, Ella," he said. Still, I did see my fair share of shallowness when I started online dating. I didn't want to shout about being an amputee. It didn't define me. But whenever I mentioned it in my bio or posted a picture of my prosthetic leg, I felt exposed, kind of as if I was revealing too much. "Can you send me a photo of your stump?" one man asked me with a winking smiley. "I'd love to see it." He got blocked and deleted quicker than you can say amputation. The most effective tactic seemed to be saying nothing at all. But by not mentioning it, I felt kind of as though I was hiding from myself. When I did pluck up the courage to mention it when I was chatting to people online, I was met with varying reactions. Numerous people asked me if I was going to be in the Paralympics. Answer: not all amputees are athletes. Also, I tripped over out running. And many people inquired about my bedroom ability. Do you keep that thing on during sex? When I did meet up for dates, I often wore this, my realistic high-definition silicone prosthetic leg. You wouldn't know. But I almost felt like I was concealing myself again, not being truly who I was. "You're limping, you okay?" one man asked me once. "Oh yeah, absolutely fine," I replied casually. "Just tripped over recently." Not a lie, to be fair. I did eventually find love, I'm pleased to say. I won't embarrass him, but he is here. And the surgeon was right, not all men are shallow. But this only happened through gradual self-acceptance. Wearing a pair of shorts in the summer, not worrying about how my prosthetic leg looked. Jogging on my running blade, welcoming people looking rather than feeling self-conscious. Resting my stump on my boyfriend's thigh when we watch TV in the evenings, not flinching if he lays his hand across my scars. If you can't love yourself, how are you going to love someone else? By finding the strength to project our internal selves outwards, we can grow, and the world can grow with us. We can open up conversations. We can share experiences. We can create honest dialogue. And we can unite our reflections with the people that we are inside. In challenge and change, there is also opportunity. And hope. Always hope. In the past 5 years, I have done so many things that I never imagined would be possible. I run on a running blade. I've written a novel. It's called 5 Steps to Happy. Haven't got any copies here, but it's available on Amazon and all good bookshops. I've started open water swimming. I've climbed the O2 Arena in London. I've trained as a writing for wellbeing practitioner. And most recently, I've trained to be a volunteer visitor, helping other amputees with their recovery journey. A few months ago, my sister and I abseiled down the hospital that saved me. Seeing the patients in bed as we passed down the outside of the building was a stark reminder of how quickly life can change, of the fragility of us as humans. It was amazing to do that, and it really made me think. Again, if you can't love yourself, how are you going to love someone else? It's been so amazing, everything I've achieved. On it was only possible because I learnt to accept myself, to accept my reflection. And so, I'll ask you again, is this me? And are you the people that you see in the mirror? The next time you look at yourselves, vow that you will reflect the love you deserve. The results, I assure you, can be life-changing. Thank you.